So Harvard, Yale, I mean, that goes all the way back to when those two schools were being founded. And they were competing over federal funding for those two schools. And so, that's the first intercollegiate rivalry. It was actually a rowing match between Harvard and Yale. And so, but that's always a fun one. Me being a Texas grad, I'm partial toward Texas, Oklahoma. But here's one that's really interesting that a lot of people, I'm not sure a lot of people know. Arizona, Arizona State.
Hmm.
If you're looking at fan behavior, those two fan bases are some of the most intense, or show some of the most intense rivalry toward each other, because it's within the state, so it's Arizona, Arizona State. But then there's also a really interesting point about that. Those two schools outside of the state of Arizona also get confused for each other. Um, Quite regularly, even to the point that like the NCAA and other governing bodies, or bodies that have sent awards and everything, have sent awards to either the wrong school, or they have sent an award to somebody playing for the Arizona State Wildcats or the Arizona Sun Devils. And so within the state, there's this really interesting relationship that the groups really don't, the fan bases are really, really kind of can be negative or derogatory toward each other. But then outside of the state, those two fan bases kind of form its own in group, because they're kind of seeking for other people to know what that rivalry is and
What is
understand that
the
rivalry.